You wake up a few minutes before the alarm, not because you're motivated, because your body already knows the schedule. Same weekday, same routine, same ceiling you stare at every morning, while your brain runs the numbers before your feet even touch the floor. You've been doing this long enough that it feels normal, safe even. A stable job, a decent salary, benefits, predictability. From the outside, it looks like you made it, but there's a quiet contradiction living in your chest. You earn more than your parents ever did, and somehow you feel more financially fragile than they ever were. That's not a personal failure. It's not bad budgeting. And it's definitely not a coincidence. It's the salary trap. And once you see how it works, you'll understand why so many high earners feel permanently stressed, permanently tired, and permanently one paycheck away from panic. Meet Emily, or someone exactly like her. She's 35 years old, smart, responsible, college educated. She earns $90,000 a year. On paper, she's winning. She gets paid bi-weekly, roughly $3,460 before taxes. After taxes and deductions, about $2,600 actually lands in her account. But here's the trick. She never experiences that money as hers. Before she has time to think, it's already gone. Rent, $1,400. Groceries and takeout, $450. Car payment, insurance, gas, $600. Phone, internet, subscriptions, $150. Utilities, streaming, random small expenses, $200. Total, $2,800. She's technically spending more than she earns, but it doesn't feel reckless. It feels normal, because the system never asks her to decide. It doesn't say, here is your money, choose wisely. Instead, it quietly pre-allocates her future income to obligations she agreed to months or years ago. By the time Emily thinks about saving or investing, the decision has already been made for her. She has maybe $50 left for 2 weeks. The illusion of prosperity. Here's the psychological genius of the salary system. Emily doesn't feel poor. She has an apartment, a car, vacations once a year, nice clothes, a phone that works perfectly. She feels fine. And that's exactly the point. The salary trap doesn't punish you with deprivation. It rewards you with just enough comfort to stop you from questioning the structure. Money arrives in a lump sum. It leaves in dozens of small, forgettable transactions. Your brain never registers the full loss. You're not broke. You're busy maintaining a lifestyle. And there's a massive difference between having a lifestyle and having wealth. We're taught a simple story. Get educated. Get a good job. Climb the ladder. Stay safe. So you do exactly that. Maybe you take on student debt. But it's good debt, right? An investment in yourself. You land a job, $60,000 a year. It feels huge. Naturally, your life expands to meet it. A better apartment, a newer car, nicer furniture, more convenience. Nothing extravagant, just reasonable upgrades. Then you earn $80,000. Then $100,000. Each raise feels like progress. But with every increase, something invisible happens. Your exit options disappear. You're no longer free to walk away. Not because the job is terrible, but because your life depends on it. Your lifestyle now requires uninterrupted income. That's not security. That's dependency. Golden handcuffs don't feel heavy. They feel comfortable. Lifestyle inflation. The silent enforcer economists call it lifestyle inflation. I call it the system's enforcement mechanism. Every raise quietly becomes a permission slip to spend more. And spending more feels like success. We don't measure progress by freedom. We measure it by appearances. Bigger apartment, better car, better neighborhood. So we move up. But moving up isn't the same as getting ahead. A person earning $250,000 a year can be just as trapped as someone earning $50,000 if their expenses demand it. Income doesn't determine freedom. The gap does. And the system is designed to keep that gap razor thin. Why raises never fix the stress? Let me tell you about Alex. Alex works in tech. 6-figure salary, smart guy. Every time he thinks about quitting, his stomach tightens. Not because he loves the job, because he's already promised his future income to everyone else. Mortgage, 2 car payments, private school tuition, subscriptions he forgot he even had. One year, Alex gets a $25,000 raise. Relief washes over him. He feels like he finally caught up. Within months, property taxes go up. Insurance premiums increase. His kid needs braces. The car starts acting up. The stress doesn't disappear. It resets. This is the most insidious part of the salary trap. Your obligations grow faster than your sense of relief. So no matter how much you earn, you stay in the same emotional place. Working, managing, maintaining, never building. The comfortable prison. Here's a thought experiment. If you quit your job tomorrow, no income, how long could you survive? Not survive emotionally, financially. 1 month? 2? If the answer is less than 3 months, you're not secure. You're fragile, and you're not alone. Most professionals live one missed paycheck away from crisis, even the well-paid ones. That's not freedom. That's a very well-furnished cage. The salary trap survives on one illusion, that earning more will eventually solve the problem. It won't, because the problem isn't income, it's structure. The moment you realize your salary isn't making you rich, it's keeping you busy enough to not become rich, your questions change. You stop asking, how do I get the next raise? And start asking, why does all my money leave immediately? Which expenses actually buy freedom? Why am I building obligations instead of assets? This isn't about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about seeing clearly. Awareness breaks the spell. Breaking the salary trap doesn't require genius or luck. It requires a mindset shift. First, stop confusing income with wealth. A high salary is temporary. Savings and assets are permanent. Second, protect the gap. Not accidentally, intentionally. Expenses below income isn't deprivation, it's leverage. Third, redirect the gap. Assets that work for you, not liabilities that demand you work for them. And finally, build optionality. The moment you have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved, something psychological shifts. You negotiate differently. You tolerate less. You think longer term. You're no longer trapped. You're choosing. The salary trap is real. It's subtle, and it's incredibly effective. But it's not unbreakable. The people who escape aren't special. They just saw the system for what it was, and decided that comfort wasn't the same as freedom. You have that same choice. If this breakdown helped you see money differently, support the channel by liking the video and subscribing. Here on Couch Economist, we break down the hidden systems behind money, work, and modern life, so you can stop playing defense and start building real freedom. See you in the next one.